Hey guys, welcome back to Priscilla's Craft Shop, and on this video we are making this Bluey hat in size toddler. I have a playlist with different sizes so you can check that out. I also have the written pattern available for free on my website at priscillascraftshop.com. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. So you're going to need an H hook, a G hook, some scissors, and a threading needle. And for the purpose of this hat, I am using the Karen 1 pound Midnight Blue. I am also using the Karen 1 pound in Sky Blue. And then I'm going to be using the loops and thread impeccable yarn in gold, in white, and in black. You do not need a lot of black, just some scraps. Any worsted weight number 4 will do. So using your H hook, we're going to start with our Midnight Blue, and we're going to get started on the base of the hat. So in a magic circle, you are going to chain 2 and work 9 double crochets into that magic circle. I have a list of supplies for both Bluey and Bingo on my website, but I will be adding that to the description as well, and that way you can follow along. So again, in this magic circle, you're chaining 2 and then you're working 9 double crochets into that magic circle. For the purpose of this pattern, the chain 2 at the beginning of each round does not count as a stitch. All right, once you get to 9, you're going to pull that magic circle nice and tight, and you're going to join with a slip stitch into your first double crochet. And now you're going to chain 2. This next round will be an increase, and you will work 2 double crochets in each stitch around. Again, the chain 2 does not count as a double crochet, so you are working 2 double crochets into that same stitch. You will do this all the way around, and you will have a total of 18 double crochets. Okay, so once you're done with your 18th double crochet, I always just like to go back in and just count, make sure that I have all the stitches that I'm supposed to have. You're now going to, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You are now going to join with a slip stitch into your first double crochet and chain 2. This next round is another increase, and it will be 2 double crochets in one stitch, 1 double crochet in the next, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and you're going to continue that pattern of 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet in the next for a total of 27 double crochets. So again, that is 2 double crochets in one stitch, 1 double crochet in the next. You're going to continue that pattern. Okay, we're doing our 27th double crochet. Join with a slip stitch into your first double crochet and chain 2. This next round is another increase, and you will be working 2 double crochets in the same stitch, 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So that is 2 double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, 2 double crochet, double crochet, double crochet. Again, 2 double crochets in the first stitch, double crochet in the next 2 stitches, 2 double crochets in the same stitch, double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and that will give us a total of 36 double crochets. All right, now you're going to join with a slip stitch into your first double crochet and chain 2. This next round, again, it is another increase. On this round, you're going to work 2 double crochets in 1 stitch and 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 2 double crochets, and then 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And you're going to continue repeating that around, and this will leave you with a total of 45 double crochets. Okay, join with a slip stitch, chain 2. This next round is another increase. You are going to work 2 double crochets into 1 stitch and 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. So 2 double crochets and then 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches. And you're going to repeat this around, and you're going to end up with a total of 54 double crochets. So 1, 2 in the same stitch, and now we're going to work our 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and continue doing that around. Again, this will leave you with a total of 54 double crochets. All right, join with a slip stitch and chain 2. This next round, it's not an increase. You're simply going to work 1 double crochet in each stitch around for a total of 54 double crochets. So just work 1 double crochet in each stitch and continue going around. All right, now we're going to join with a slip stitch and chain 2. This next round will be another increase, and you are going to work 2 double crochets into the first stitch and 1 double crochet into the next 8 stitches. So 2 double crochets in one stitch, 1 double crochet in the next 8 stitches, and then you're going to repeat that around for a total of 60 double crochets. So 1, 2, and now we have to work 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's your first 2 in one stitch, and then your single double crochets in the next 8 stitches. And now you're going to work another set of 2 double crochets into the same stitch, and then 1 double crochet in the next 8 stitches. Again, you're going to continue that around for a total of 60 double crochets. All right, once you're done with that row, you're going to slip stitch into your first double crochet, chain 2, and this will be our last increase for this size hat. The way we're going to do it is you're going to work 2 double crochets into that first stitch, and then you are going to work 1 double crochet into the next 29 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Now you are going to work. You should be literally halfway through your hat. Now you're going to work, or halfway through this round. Now you're going to work 2 double crochets into the next stitch. And now for the remainder of the stitches, you are just going to work 1 double crochet all the way to the end. And this gives you a total of 62 double crochets. Right now we're going to join with a slip stitch and chain 2. And now let's just count to see how many rows we have completed so far so that we're all on the same page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have done 9 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I need you to continue doing your rounds in this color for a total of 11 rows. So we need 2 more rows. So you are going to continue working a row of double crochets around 1 double crochet in each stitch for a total of 62 until you get to your 11th row. All right, so I did not join that last row, row 11. Let's just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We are on 11 rows. And I did not join my last row with a slip stitch, and I'm going to show you guys why. So we're going to fasten off the midnight blue, and just so that we're all on the same page, I get asked these questions a lot in the comments on other videos. So I just figured I would show you guys what my measurements are for this point in time. This is the toddler version. We are almost through with the hat, but not all the way. And I am in the width. It's about 8 inches, almost 8.5. And then the length is around 5, a little over 5, maybe 5.5. About 5.5. So that's where I'm at. That is for my tension, how I crochet. All right. So now you're going to take your sky blue and you're going to insert your hook into your loop as if you're going to do a regular join, except you are not joining with the midnight blue. You're just going to loop your sky blue in and pull through and do a slip stitch as you normally would, and just pull nice and tight, chain 2, and now you are going to work 1 double crochet in each stitch around for a total of 62 double crochets with this lighter blue, and we are doing this for a total of 3 rows. So at the end of it, you should have a total of 14 rows, but this light blue you are going to work around for a total of 3 rows. All right, guys, we are done with our 3rd row. You're going to slip stitch into your first double crochet, chain 1, do not fasten off. We have to work our ear flaps. I just want to give a count so that we are all on the same page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You should have 14 rows, 11 being in midnight blue and 3 being in sky blue. All right? So now we're going to work on the ear flaps, and in that same stitch as your chain 1, the same stitch that you slip stitch into, you're going to work a single crochet, and you're going to continue working a single crochet in the next 11 stitches. So you will have a total of 12 single crochets. Chain 1 and turn. This next round will be a decrease, and you will work a single crochet together into the first 2 stitches, and then work a single crochet in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and in those last 2, you're going to decrease with a single crochet together, chain 1 and turn. This next row, you are just going to work a single crochet in each stitch for a total of 10 single crochets. Nine, 10, chain 1 and turn. This next row is a decrease, so those first 2 stitches, you're going to work a single crochet 2 together, then 1 single crochet in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and those last 2 will be a decrease with a single crochet 2 together, chain 1 and turn. This next row, you're going to work 1 single crochet in each stitch across for a total of 8 single crochets. Chain 1 and turn. This next row, it is a decrease, so single crochet together those first 2 stitches, single crochet in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet together those last 2 stitches. Chain 1 and turn. This next row is a 1 single crochet in each stitch for a total of 6 single crochets. Chain 1 and turn. This next row will be a decrease, 2 single crochets together in that first stitch. Chain 1, single crochet 1, single crochet 2, and then single crochet together in the last 2 stitches. Chain 1 and turn. Work 1 single crochet in each stitch for a total of 4 single crochets. Chain 1 and turn. Single crochet together those first 2 stitches, and single crochet together those last 2 stitches. Chain 1 and turn, and single crochet together those last 2. And fasten off, and you are done with your first ear flap. So now I'm going to, so this is the back, just so that we're all on the same page. This is where you did your join. That's where your seam is. You're going to count from the front, and you're going to skip 21 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And in that next stitch, after you skip your 21 stitches, you insert your hook. Now you're going to work 12 single crochets, chain 1 and turn. This next row is a decrease, single crochet together those first 2 stitches, work 1 single crochet in the next 8 stitches, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now single crochet together those last 2 stitches, chain 1 and turn. This next row you're going to work 1 single crochet in each stitch across for a total of 10 single crochets. Oh, I hate when my hook does that. It's very annoying. Chain 1 and turn. This next row is another decrease, single crochet together those first 2 stitches, work 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now single crochet together those last 2 stitches, and chain 1 and turn. Work 1 single crochet in each stitch across for a total of 8 single crochets. Now, I get a lot of comments saying that I go too fast. I don't think I go too fast, but I really try to slow it down on this video for you guys, just so that everyone can follow along. All right, chain 1 and turn, another decrease, single crochet together, those first 2, and then work 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. And now single crochet together those last 2. Chain 1 and turn. And now work 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches for a total of 6 single crochets. Chain 1 and turn. Another decrease, single crochet together those first 2 stitches, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then single crochet together those last 2 stitches. Chain 1 and turn. Work 1 single crochet in each stitch across for a total of 4 single crochets. Chain 1 and turn. Single crochet together those first 2 stitches, and now single crochet together those last 2 stitches. Chain 1 and turn, single crochet together the final 2 stitches, and fasten off. And you are done with your ear flaps. So this is what your hat should look like. Obviously, it's inside out. We have to finish it before we can turn it right side. This is the back. This is where our seam is. This is where our join is, where we joined the different color. So I like to fold it this way. That's the back. That's the seam. This is your join. So now we have to single crochet around the whole base of the hat, the whole rim of the hat with the ear flaps. And I like to join in the back of the hat. That's why I have it folded that way. You could join it wherever you see fit, wherever you like. This is just where I like to join it, and this is where I feel like it looks the cleanest. So now you're just going to work a single crochet in each stitch around. And then you're going to work a single crochet going up the ear flap. There is no rocket science. There's like little tiny holes that you can see on the edge of the ear flap. You see, and I just kind of insert my hook in there. If you have to fight with your hook to get it in, it's don't even do it. Find another spot to put it into. It doesn't have to be equally lined up on both sides. As long as you just follow along with any little holes that you can find, you'll be fine. And now at the top of this ear flap, that one single crochet that's up there, I work 2 single crochets into that space. I just feel like it gives the ear flap a rounded out look. That's the vibe I like. You can just do 1 if you like it pointy. I do 2. So that's just how I do it. All right, so you have the excess leftover yarn from the ear flap that we fastened off. So what I do is I hold that against my ear flap like so, and I work my single crochet into my ear flap and that excess yarn. So that way when I go to, tie up all my loose ends, that's kind of crochet to the side of the hat. And for me, I just feel like it leaves a cleaner look. It makes it stay better. I don't know. I can't explain it. That's just what I like to do. Again, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. That's just what I do. And then I pull it to make sure that it goes straight down. And I feel like when I go to tie up all my loose ends, it is just better kept in place. I can't I can't explain it any other way. That's just my preference. That's how I like to do it. So you're going to continue single crocheting around the hat. Again, on the top of the other ear flap, work 2 single crochets and join with a slip stitch once you're done. All right, so join with a slip stitch into your first single crochet and fasten off. So this is what our hat looks like. Now we have to tie off all of these loose ends. And again, this is personal preference. You do however you feel like you want to do, however you like it. But I'm going to keep this part of the video on in case you are new to crocheting and haven't really mastered out how to tie your loose ends. This is how I do it. I just sew it up through back loops and then I tie. I like to make 3 knots and then I cut close to that knot. Now I tie up this joint and again I do 3 knots. And then for this side I have 2 strings. So I just sew along the back loops. And this way you cannot see it in the front. You won't even know that it's sewed back there. And then I do the other side. And then I just tie that up with 3 little knots. Now this one doesn't have anything for me to make a knot with it, but it is sewed up against the side of the ear flap. So I just go into the back loops and then kind of tie it within itself. And I just do that a couple of times. And then I do that with the excess yarn that's on the top of our hat as well. You just want to be careful when you're pulling it that you're not scrunching the hat. So now from the center of my magic circle, I give that a nice little pull, make sure it's nice and tight, make sure that the circle is closed. And again, I go into the back loops and kind of tie it, within itself. Okay, so now you can turn your hat right side out, and this is what your base hat will look like for Bluey. If you're doing it for bingo, it would be in the colors carrot and blush, but this is our version for Bluey. All right, so we have our base done. The next step now is to work on our accents, or basically what makes our face. The first thing we're going to work on are the ears. All right, so this can be pulled to the side. You're going to need your midnight navy and your gold or your midnight blue. I keep saying midnight navy, it's midnight blue. And an H hook. All right, you're going to make one in blue, in the navy, and one in gold. All right, and this is how you do this. We're going to chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. In the second chain from your hook, you're going to work a single crochet. and you're going to work a single crochet in each stitch down for a total of 8 single crochets. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chain 1 and turn. This next row will be a decrease, so you will work a single crochet into the first 2 stitches, a single crochet together, a single crochet together into the first 2 stitches, and then 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Those last 2 stitches, we're going to work a single crochet together. Chain 1 and turn. For this next row, you will just do 1 single crochet in each stitch for a total of 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chain 1 and turn. This next row will be another decrease. You're going to work the first 2 into a single crochet together, 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches. So that's 1, 2, and those last 2 stitches that are left, you're going to work a single crochet together. Chain 1 and turn. You are now going to work 1 single crochet in each stitch across for a total of 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1 and turn. This next round is another decrease, so you're going to single crochet the first 2 together, single crochet the last 2 together, chain 1 and turn, work 1 single crochet in each stitch for a total of 2 single crochets, chain 1 and turn, and do a last decrease with a single crochet together. You do not need a long tail for sewing. That is enough. All right, the gold might be easier to see than the blue. So I'm going to go on ahead and do the gold with you, even though it's the same as the blue, just in case you need a more visual of the ear as opposed to just listening to the pattern. So you're going to chain 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now in the second stitch from your hook, you're going to insert your hook and make 1 single crochet. And you're going to work 1 single crochet all the way down for a total of 8 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chain 1 and turn. This next row is a decrease. You're going to work those first 2 stitches together in a single crochet 2 together stitch. Now you are going to work 1 single crochet into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you are left with 2 single crochets. You're going to decrease that with a single crochet 2 together stitch. Pull up, chain 1 and turn. This next row, you are going to work 1 single crochet in each stitch across for a total of 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chain 1 and turn. This next row, it is a decrease. You're going to work these 2 stitches together with a single crochet together. Work 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches. So that's 1, 2. And then the last 2 stitches, we're going to single crochet 2 together. Chain 1 and turn. Now you have 4 stitches. You're going to work 1 single crochet in each stitch across for a total of 4 single crochets. Chain 1 and turn. Another decrease, single crochet together for the first 2 stitches and single crochet together for these last 2 stitches. Chain 1 and turn. Work 1 single crochet in each stitch across for a total of 2 single crochets. Chain 1 and turn. Do your last decrease with a single crochet together for these 2 stitches. You do not need a long tail for sewing. And these are your earpieces. Now we just have to put them together. All right, guys, so for this portion, you're going to need your threading needle and your scissors, and I'm going to show you how to fasten off those loose ends so that then we can crochet the sides of our ears. So your ears go like this, with the gold on facing you and the blue on the outside. So what I do is I take my gold, since it's going to lay flat like this onto the blue part, and I just bring this excess yarn to the back. And I kind of just go along any little black loop here. Again, you want to just find little loops so that you don't see it in the front. And then I just tie a couple of knots. You don't want to go too tight because you don't want the ear to fold with, into itself. So you want to be mindful of that. Get rid of that. That's the gold part. So now with the blue, you're not going to go to the back because that's the back of the ear. And you can see that in the back of the hat. You're going to want to go into the front. So I pull it like this. Again, just through loops so that you don't see it on the other end of it. Grab this part. Tie that. I normally do 3, but 2 is fine for this part. That's the inside. This is the inside. And you have fastened off your ears. So now you're going to take your H hook and your blue, just pull. It's kind of like stuck on something and it's making it a little harder for me. Oh my goodness. All right. And with a standing single crochet, and take this one, we're going to start on the bottoms of our ears. So we're going to turn it upside down. This is the top, this is the one single crochet on the top, and this is the bottom. Okay? So just get that little loop that's there, and this loop, and I just single crochet along this little back end from my chain, my initial chain. And please note that we started on this end. Okay, that's important to note because we're going to do the opposite side on the other one. Kind of, you might have to really just insert. So from the sides, there's no exact stitches. I kind of just insert it where it just seems the most natural, where it fits, where it doesn't give me a hard time. So now we are on the top at that one single crochet on the top, and you are going to work a single crochet, chain one, single crochet, and now continue to single crochet down the side. And join with a slip stitch into your first single crochet and leave a long tail for sewing. Okay, so we single crocheted around this ear on this side. We started out on this side. So we're going to push that to the side. We're going to start with a standing single crochet. So now this is the top because this is our single crochet, and this is the bottom. This is our row, right? So for this ear, we started on this side. For this one, we're going to start on the opposite side. Now, you can start it wherever you feel comfortable with, but I do it this way because when I'm sewing it onto the base of the hat, it just makes it easier for it to be on opposite sides. All right, so we're just going to single crochet along the sides here. And then at that top single crochet, we're going to work a single crochet, chain one, single crochet, and then continue working single crochets down along the side. And now we are at this back row. And I'm just going to find my back loops here so I can just single crochet along this. And now you join with a slip stitch into that first single crochet, and you leave a long tail for sewing. So you should have one ear that looks like this with your yarn on one side, and the other that looks like this with the yarn on the other side. And what I do is I take my shorter one, so I just make a little knot. 2, 3, and I cut off the shorter one. So I'm just left with my long tail for sewing, and I do the same on the opposite side. And okay guys, so this next part we are going to be working on the bridge that goes in between Bluey's eyes. And for that, you're going to need your sky blue color and a G hook. And you're going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now in the third stitch from your hook, you're going to work a half double crochet and one all the way down, so one half double crochet all the way down, for a total of 8 half double crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chain 2 and turn. You are now going to work 1 half double crochet in back loops only, and you are going to do this for a total of 11 rows. All right, so 1 in each stitch for a total of 8 half double crochets, and you're going to do them in the back loops only for each round, back loops only, for a total of 11 rows. Now, out of all of the accents that you add for Bluey's face, this is the only thing that changes in length, for size. So for example, for the 6 to 12 months, it is 10 rows. For toddler, it is 11 rows. And for child, it is 12 rows. Everything else, the ears, the eyes, the eyebrows, the snout, everything else stays the same except for this bridge part. It changes according to the size of the hat that you are making. Chain 2, turn. So one more time, we're going to work 1 half double crochet for a total of 8 half double crochets across, and we are doing this for 11 rows. All right, so now we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're going to leave a long tail for sewing. And the reason we do it in the back loops only is so that you get this cool kind of textured style for the bridge of the nose. All right. Now we're going to work on his eyebrows. So again, you're going to need your sky blue color and a G hook. And for this, we are making 2 of them. All right. So follow along and then do it 2 times. For this one, with your sky blue and your G hook, you're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the second chain from your hook, you're going to work a single crochet, and you're going to continue single crocheting all the way down for a total of 7 single crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, chain 1 and turn. Work 1 single crochet in each stitch across for a total of 7 single crochets. 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and leave a long tail for sewing. Doesn't have to be super, super long. I do mine's exaggerating because I don't know why I do that, but that's why I do. All right, so you have your long tail for sewing on this side and you have your short ends. This is how I get rid of this one because we don't need all of these extra strings when we are sewing on to our hat. I kind of put it through here, go to the back, just put it behind the loops, give it a nice little tug, and then I just cut it short on there. And this is the front, and we know that this is the front because this is the front of our single crochet. This is the back. That's where our, excess yarn is hidden. And we're going to do the same on this side. And just pull it through the back, turn it around. Again, this is our front. This is our back. And I just pull it through these little back loops back here so that you cannot see it in the front. And just, I pull it and I chop it off. And our eyebrows are done. All right, the next step is the eyes. The eyes is 2 parts. You have the black part of the eyes and the white part of the eyes. So first, let's do the black part. Again, you need to make 2 of them. So follow along and then do it again. You're just going to take your black yarn. And I know this is going to be not the easiest to see, so it's a really simple pattern. I just work a magic circle, pull up, chain 2, and then I work 12 half double crochets into this magic circle. 1, so again, 12 half double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're going to close your magic circle as tight as possible. And then you're going to join with a slip stitch into your first half double crochet. And leave a tail for sewing. And you're doing this with your G hook. And so you just cut off the back piece. Here's your other one. You have your long tail for sewing, and you have your back piece, which is shorter. Just cut that off. And the two black parts of your eyes are complete. Now you have to move on to the white section. So for the white section, again, you're going to be using your G hook, and we're going to work a magic circle, chain 2, and you are going to work 12 double crochets into this magic circle. Again, that is 12 double crochets. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you're going to pull your magic circle closed and join with a slip stitch into your first double crochet and chain 2. This next round will be an increase. So you're going to work 2 double crochets together into the first stitch and 2 double crochets together into the next 3 stitches for a total of 8 double crochets. All right, so follow along. This chain 2 does not count as a double crochet. So we are going to work 2 double crochets into that same stitch as that chain 2. So 1, 2, 2 double crochets into the next stitch, 3, 4, 2 double crochets into the next stitch, 5, 6, 2 double crochets into the next one, 7, 8. Now you are going to work 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. Now for the next 4 stitches, you are going to work 2 double crochets in each of the next 4 stitches, like we did over here. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and now work 1 double crochet in those last 2 stitches. Join with a slip stitch into your first double crochet and chain 2. This next round will be our final roundabout for the eye, but it is an increase. So you're going to work 2 double crochets into the next 6 stitches, all right, including this first one. Again, the chain 2 does not count as a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you are going to work 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we are going to work 2 double crochets into the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You should be left with 4 stitches, and you are going to work 1 double crochet in each one of those stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Join with a slip stitch into your first double crochet and leave a long tail for sewing. This is what your eye should look like. I just tighten up my center, and then you don't have to get rid of that yet because we're going to add the black. So this is what it would look like. You need to make a total of 2 of these. Okay, so this is one white, this is the other white, and these are your blacks. You are going to, sorry, I keep hitting the camera. You are going to sew one on this side of the eye and one on this side of the eye, so that it sort of looks like he's looking like this. And this is how we're going to do that. So I'm going to move this out of the way so that we could just focus on the first one. You're going to take your black, and this is your white. I kind of have this on the side. This is your center, and I sort of just put it against this row here, this line that's there, and the center. And that's sort of my ruler, I guess. And I literally just sew this edge along this line. That's right there. And that's going to help you follow along with the other side so that it's more or less even. You know, you want it to look symmetrical. It might not be exactly perfect to, you know, the exact measurement, but you want it to at least appear symmetrical, and following those lines will help you do that. All right, so that's the first one. And then what I do is I kind of just like push it, and then I take this back, and I take this back, and I just tie it off. This one side is done. Now we have this other side. We have this like this, and I kind of put this, so you notice on this side, I did it like this because I'm going to start sewing it onto my hat from here around. And this side, I will do the same, except I'm gonna have this on this side of it because I'm gonna sew it from here around, okay? So now we line it up again with our row here and our center, and that's just how I go along. And then we do the same, cut off the excess, and I make a knot. Get rid of that. And our eyes are done. All right, and we are on the final stretch of making his face, which is this snout and nose area. So this part is worked in two separate parts, the nose and then the back piece of the snout. So first, let's just do the nose. You're going to take your midnight blue and your G hook, and we are going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. My goodness. Okay, let's try this again because my hook does not want to stay. All right, chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In your third stitch from your hook, you're going to half double crochet, and then you're going to continue doing a half double crochet across for a total of 5 half double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 2 and turn. Now we're going to work a decrease. So the first 2 stitches, you're going to half double crochet 2 together. Half double crochet in 1 stitch. And then the last 2 stitches, half double crochet together. Chain 2. This next round is another decrease. You have 3 stitches. You're going to work a half double crochet together into the first 2 stitches. And then 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 2. And turn. This next 2, you have 2 stitches. You're going to decrease with a half double crochet together. Leave a long tail for sewing. And this is your nose. All right, for this snout area, you're going to use 2 colors, the gold and the sky blue. All right, again, we're going to use our G hook, and we're going to start off with our gold. All right, so for this, you have to really pay close attention. If you need the written part of this, you can find that on my website, but you have to pay really close attention because it can get a little tricky. Okay, I'm gonna try to go as slow as possible so that you don't miss anything. So we're going to start with a magic circle. You're going to chain 2, and you are going to work 8 half double crochets into this magic circle. Okay, 8 half double crochets. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to close your magic circle, pull it tight, and slip stitch into your first half double crochet. Chain 2. Don't worry about that little gap there. We can pull it shut after we're done, okay? This next row is going to be an increase, but this is where we're going to start our square shape. All right, so you are going to work 3 half double crochets into that first stitch. This chain 2 does not count as a half double crochet. You're going to work 3 into that first into that same stitch as your chain 2, okay? So that's 1, 2, 3. You are going to work 1 half double crochet into the next stitch. 1. Now we are going to work 3 half double crochets into that next stitch. 1, 2, 3. 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. 3 half double crochets into that next stitch. 1, 2, 3. 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. 3 half double crochets into that next one. 1, 2, 3. 1 half double crochet into that last stitch and join with a slip stitch into your first half double crochet. Chain 2. This is what you should have so far. If you want to give that center a tug, you can. But this is what it should look like. This next round, again, another increase. So just follow along. We are going to work 1 half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So into the same stitch as your join and into the next one. Okay, so that's 1 and 2. So you have 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Now we are going to work 3 half double crochets into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3. Now you are going to work 1 half double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now 3 half double crochets into that next stitch. 1, 2, 3. 1 half double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So that's 1, the next one, 2, the next one, 3. 3 half double crochets into that next stitch. 1, 2, 3. 1 half double crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 half double crochets into that next stitch. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 half double crochet into that last stitch and join with a slip stitch into your first half double crochet and chain 2. So far, this is where we are at, okay? Next round. Again, another increase. So just follow along. You're going to work 1 half double crochet into the next 4 stitches. That includes this same stitch as our join, okay? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? 3 half double crochets into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3. 1 half double crochet into the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 half double crochets into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3. 1 half double crochet into the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 half double crochets into that next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 1 half double crochet into the next 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 half double crochets into the next stitch, 1, 2, 3, and 1 half double crochet into that last stitch. Join with a slip stitch into your first half double crochet and chain 2. This is what we should have. It's looking like a square, all right? This next round will be our last round using our gold, and it will be our last increase. But we are working on the back loops only because we want to have that 3D effect, right? So again, follow along. 1 half double crochet into the next 6 stitches, back loops only, including this stitch where we did our join. All right, so back loops only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry, that one didn't grab the whole back loop, so let me just redo that one. 6. 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, back loops only. 1, 2, 7 half double crochets. Well, 1 half double crochet into the next 7 stitches, back loops only. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, back loops only. 1, 2. 1 half double crochet into the next 7 stitches, back loops only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, back loops only. 1, 2, 1 half double crochet into the next 7 stitches, back loops only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, back loops only. 1, 2, and 1 half double crochet into the last stitch, back loops only. And don't join, leave it there. We're going to cut off. You do not need to leave a long tail for sewing. And now your light blue, your sky blue comes in. So this is how I like to do my joins. You see, we haven't joined it yet. I'm going to go in to my first half double crochet as I would if I were joining and doing a slip stitch, except I'm going to work a slip stitch with my sky blue. Pull through, pull the gold, and pull the short version of the short side of your light blue and chain 1. And now you are going to work a single crochet around each and every stitch, just 1 single crochet through both loops, all right? So you're just going to continue working a single crochet around. All right, join with a slip stitch into your first single crochet and leave a long tail for sewing. This is what your snout should look like. So what I do is I pull my center nice and tight, and then I get rid of that. This is my long tail for sewing, and I have this excess yarn, so I just tie it up. And now you take your blue nose and we are going to sew it on. So this is on the top. This is how I sew it on, all right? This is on the top. This is our back loops only, so this is kind of like where it folds over. So I sew it along this row right here. So I just place that right there, just like that. It comes down to this row. So that's just where I sew it into. You just eyeball it, kind of center it out, and that's it. Again, this top row, I just do along this edge. That's just what works for me. I always like to use the rows as a sort of ruler. It just helps kind of guide me and making sure that everything is somewhat symmetrical, because I'm not really the best at looking at something and knowing, okay, no, it's crooked, unless it's like really crooked. But if it's just slightly off, I'm not good at seeing that. So you just continue this way. I just go back up, and then I take this side and I pull it in here, and then I just tie this off. And you are done with the nose and snout area. Now we can put everything together. Okay, so for this portion, you will just need your threading needle and your scissors. We have our base of our hat, and the first thing that we're going to do is our ears. So if you notice, the ears, I start them on after the second row. So this side will go over here, and then the one with the string on this side will go over here. So what I do is this is our first row, this is our second row. I go right along that line after the second row. And I'm just sewing this along here. And now, just for reference, this edge will be along the line after the second row. This edge will be along the line after the 1, 2, 3, 4th row. So this line in between the 4th and the 5th row, this is our guide to where the ear ends. Because you want it to have that sort of cupped look, if that makes sense. You just want to make sure that your last one just goes through that line after the second row, and you pull that, and that is your first ear on. All right, I'm just going to clip this so it's not too long and not too much in the way. And now we're going to work on the other ear. All right, again, same situation. You're going to start here on the line after the second row, and you're going to end here, the line after the fourth row. You just want it on that edge of the hat, all right? All right, we're not going to fasten it off yet because we're going to do that at the ends. But this is how your ears should look. And just so that we're all on the same page, this is the front of the hat. And we know that this is the front of the hat because this is how the ear flaps fit. This is the back. This is where we did our join, when we did our color change. And this is our seam. So that's going to be to the back so that no one can see that. This is where we joined our single crochet. And this is the front. All right. So those were the ears. Now let's move on to the next step. All right. The next part is the bridge. I call it the bridge because it's just what's in the middle of Bluey's face. So for this size, this toddler version, we're going to go into the fourth row. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's where we're going to start it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where we will, along this line after the fourth row, is where we will line it up, and it'll come down to the bottom, right? So again, just kind of eyeball it, put it in the center. You kind of want it in the middle between the ears. You can put clips to hold it into place if you need to. But this is just how I do it. I sew this top part on, again, using this line after the 4th row as my ruler. It's my guide. Okay. Once I've done the line straight across, then I sort of put it down, make sure that I'm going to be sewing this side straight. And go from there. Okay, I just take a look. It's straight. Now I'm going to sew this edge onto the line before my last row of double crochets. And if I could stop hitting the stand, that would be great. Okay. Now we're just going to sew up this edge. All right. All right. Take this excess piece of yarn and just put it in, and our bridge is done. Next part is going to be the eyes. So remember how we did them kind of facing each other? So this one is going to be on this side, and this one is going to be on this side. So I'm going to start with this side. The way I place it is I go along the line of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, the 5th row. So this row from the top of here to here, I leave that empty and I put my whites along here. Also, I sort of overlap it just a little on the light blue bridge part, and the bottom of your eyes will reach this portion. So it would go right along the rim of the change between the dark blue and the light blue. Okay? So that is how I guide my eyes so that you guys are not totally and completely in the dark when you're sewing on your eyes. So you can see, this is what I mean about it goes on the blue. Just a little, just on the edge of it. Now I'm sewing along that line after the 5th row. And there's normally 3 stitches that kind of get sewed onto that line, and then I start coming back around. That's just what works for me. You can do whatever you feel looks best or you feel comfortable with, or however you want to do it. But I just wanted to be as helpful as possible and give you guys as many tips as I can. And again, this bottom portion is going to be sewed along this line. And you have the first eye sewed on. Now let's do the second part. Okay, so remember that the eye is going to go along the edge of the 5th, after the 5th row. It's going to go somewhat on the blue, and then the bottom is going to go along this edge. Okay? And I kind of line it up, make sure that my things kind of look the same. So you're going to end up with your string kind of more down here. That is okay. I see what space I have here with this little dark blue portion, and I try to match that up. You're not going to be able to see that because the snout area is on it, but I just like to keep an eye on that and match it up. And there are your eyes. Okay, guys, now we're going to put on the eyebrows. So for the eyebrows, I use these two rows here. So this is row 4 and row 5 as my template, my guide as to where these eyebrows are going. So the eyebrows are kind of on a slant, like a tilt, if you would say, kind of going upwards. So I take my first eyebrow, and again, between rows 4 and rows 5, and I kind of insert my hand in here, and you see that double crochet like right before the ear. That's kind of where I'm going to insert my needle. Just turn it and lay it. So the whole point is for the bottom of this corner of the eyebrow to hit the line after the 5th row, and the top of this corner of the eyebrow to hit the top of the line before the 4th row. All right, that's kind of what our guide is. And just sew it on. Okay, I'm on that line on the top of the 4th row, the line between the 3rd and the 4th row. So I'm just going to get that little edge there. Pull that through. So now this bottom corner and this corner are going to kind of be across from each other in a sense. You don't need them touching, but you just want them right there to each other. And then this last corner is going to go right on the line after the 5th row. Just kind of stick that in there somewhere. So this is the first eyebrow. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side, where we're going to work from the top of the 4th row line to underneath the 5th row line. So these 2 rows, this is where we're sewing our eyebrow on, okay? So if you want, you can kind of look to see the space that you have there, and you can kind of go off of that so that you have the same space on the other side. Like I said, it doesn't have to be to the exact 10th degree, exact centimeter, whatever, but more or less so that it sort of looks symmetrical. I keep hitting this and it keeps falling. Okay. And feel free, you see, like right now, it had kind of went down. Feel free to check yourself. Figure out where your guides are. My guides are these 2 rows. So I'm just going to hold this up a little and sew it along. You could put a pin so that you hold it with a pin in place and then sew it like that. Whatever works for you is fine. And then we're going to do this last little corner right on that line after the 5th row to match up the other side. And then this back on the corner up here. Straighten that out. And your eyebrows are done. All right, so this last portion is just going to be the nose and snouts. And I like to line it up against the line right before the single crochet border. So then basically that would be here, and that would mean that we're kind of pushing it up here. So along this row is where I'm going to put the top of my snout. And just remember that this is a square piece, so we really want to show that, and we really want to make sure that we are stretching out the corners. Okay, so now I just take my threading needle and kind of just give it a little pop so that it can kind of stick out a little bit. And you are done with the face. Just turn your hat inside out and fasten off all of your loose ends. All right, now that you are done with the Bluey, it's time to get started on the braid. Now you can just do it the same color as the bottom, which is the sky blue, or you can do a tricolor like mine. And I use the midnight blue, the sky blue, and the whites. And I use 6 strands of each color on each side, and they are about 36 inches in length. The length is a complete preference. You figure out how long you want the hat, but I get asked this a lot in my comments, so I'm just letting you know. It's 6 strands of each color and on each side, and it's about 36 inches in length. So I just insert my hook, and normally whatever color is my ear flap, that's the color that I put in the center of my braid. And then I just continue making sure that I'm pulling through and that they're even on both sides. And I continue to add the different colors. All right, so now that you have all of your colors in place, you're going to separate them. I just group them by colors, and then you just braid like you would do a normal braid on hair. And you just continue braiding down. All right, once you get down towards the bottom, I just like to line up both my braids and kind of see if I need to add any more length to this braid, which in this case I do. I measure it again and see where I'm at. So that's going to be even. And I just take a small piece of yarn. You can use scrap, whatever you like. And I just tie that around and then make a knot. And you just want to tie it really tight and make sure that it's, secure, especially since little ones will be wearing this hat. So once your measurements are good, I just line them up again and cut off the excess just so that it's nice and even. Alright guys, and this is what your Bluey should look like more or less. I hope you guys found this video easy to follow along. I hope it went just the right speed. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. I hope you have a great day. Bye.